Alive.
We are alive. Peace, everybody. Welcome to Rise of the Moors. About to do an in-depth class right now. No, funny.
Hold on.
What?
Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
We are going to be doing a class in Delaware, the House of R.A.M, December 7th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Friday, December 7th, 6:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. 602 Vandever Avenue, Wilmington, Delaware, 19802. You know, seriously, I'm doing the thing on my finger right now. Is it blurry?
Yeah, I fixed it.
Camera game on fleek. Be there or be square. That'd be very great.
Be there to be on your square.
Facts. So, I'm hoping that you all come on out, support the House of R.A.M, and just be part of the team.
What's the address?
602 Vandever Avenue, Wilmington, Delaware, 19802, 6:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. If you've been to the House of R.A.M, you know it always goes past 10:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm. All night.
So you might want to get a hotel.
You gotta go to that 24-hour waffle joint.
Peace. So we will be there Friday, December 7th. Why was his message restricted?
I don't know. Sometimes they do that to themselves.
I'll retract it. Yeah, we'll be there. Support. 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, about 2 weeks. It's
Not
a little
Friday,
it's a little shorter than 2 weeks, but you know.
Yeah. We will be
there.
1.5.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the trip that we take to go down there every time we go down there?
The 5-hour ride?
Yeah. We leave early in the morning.
We try to leave here around 11.
Mm-hmm.
But
it never turns out to be 11.
Nah, it's always late.
But we always make it.
It's always late. We won't mention why.
We always make it though.
Oh yeah, we do.
But yeah, 5-hour drive there for us.
We hope to see you.
5 hours back, and then take a short nap. Class the next morning.
So I'm wearing pantaloons under my jeans, and they're showing on camera. It looks like my underwear showing, but it's not underwear. Pantaloons. I'm wearing Moorish garb under my jeans. But yeah, we just wanted to do the announcement that we will be at the House of R.A.M. December 7th.
Come down and see Dr. Nail and Tamara.
Yeah, it's gonna be live. It's gonna be Moorish. I don't know. I'm just excited.
I know this is gonna be first class.
There.
No, yeah. First class ever.
I know, right? First class on the big stage. Mm-hmm. on the big screen.
I know. I hope people last time we went, people showed up. Rise of the Moors fans. I hope we could roll in deep. No, and then we can go to
Drop Squad.
Yup.
Maybe she'll be there.
Maybe. They usually have food on Fridays. Nice. And vegan food too.
As the young ones say, it's gonna be lit. That's right.
It's so old.
It's gonna be lit. So I hope to see all of you there. All of the people that are watching right now. Which I think I'm one of them.
Are we gonna be bringing stuff?
Books.
I think
I'm going to be bringing my second book.
We should probably do it.
Moorish Dominions.
When did I write that?
I kept thinking about this one because it was right in front of me. What's the name of the book that I wrote?
Old as hell. These whippersnappers wrote that back in 1972.
man, I was excited when we got the message.
Yeah.
I was jumping for joy.
When you got the bat signal.
Yeah. Hit my beeper. I was like, who's this?
You're like, Robin, get the camera.
I go to the paper and put my quarters in. Did you call? Who's this? Oh man, we will be there. Will you?
We're freaking too tired for this.
End it. That's supposed to be. It's supposed to be dramatic.
All right, but really though, that's pretty late.
Yeah, we just want to let y'all know that December 7th, 6:30, 10:30 p.m. we will be doing a lecture at the House of Reawakening Minds, 602 Vandiver Ave, Wilmington, Delaware, 19802. It's in the hood, but don't be afraid.
No, you know what? I've never met anybody down there that I was afraid of. And yeah, the most people ask us, like, talk to us about is like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What's on your head? Yeah.
They kind of knew we were Moors though.
Yeah, they know. They know in the area. I wish they would come to class.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I wish they would come to class.
Like that's like
you're right next door to Gold.
That's what I'm saying. That's like the place to be for Moors.
Mm-hmm.
And then the people who live literally right next door to the House of R.A.M.
Yeah.
Don't even show up.
And they need it too.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Those apartment complexes are like.
Yeah, I can
imagine. The only thing
imagine.
separating them is drywall.
Yeah.
Not actually brick or nothing.
Yeah.
I think it's worse than the apartments that we lived in New York. I think it's worse than that.
Might be.
Because I feel like at least with the apartments in New York, all you had was that one neighbor.
Yeah.
Kind of hear.
Yeah.
But still, they couldn't.
No, if you knocked on the wall hard, it's gonna
if you knock on the wall. But in Delaware, it looks like you sneeze and everyone around you can hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's like 2 big schools behind the House of R.A.M. that are abandoned.
Yeah.
Imagine if Moors really supported
Mm-hmm.
House of R.A.M. and what if they had like enough finances to get that building renovated and then they could have like universities there.
That would be
like part of it would be school, part of it would be the dorm area where you would pay tuition and then just get all.
That would be man.
Kuja come through and teach. Abdullah come through and teach. Taj come through and teach. All the other ones that I
not come through. Stationary.
Well, yeah, that would be their
university. Yeah.
That'd be dope.
That'd be dope.
Only if more.
Yeah. Room and board.
Yeah, then it could be like, it could be whatever ages to whatever ages. And it'll be like boarding, like sending your children to Moorish boarding school. But not really boarding school. It would just be
even if adults, like
I'm saying, but it would be like from whatever age.
Even adults. Could you imagine if you had the luxury to be in a structured, militant type structured school, and you get all your basics?
I mean, it could be beyond basics because there's a few military people have contacted me that know that they're Moors now, like high-ranking people that call me.
I know. I've mailed to a lot of people.
So basically, there's enough of us to actually teach like military training to Moors if we had a place to do it. There's a centralized hub. House of R.A.M. Support. I think that would be dope. Literally, there's a school behind the school. But yeah, we will be at the House of R.A.M. December 7th, 2018, 6:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. 602 Vandiver Avenue, Wilmington, Delaware, 19802. Can we keep fantasizing about this? Because this is dope. This would be so dope.
Yeah.
So. honestly, all that we need, just like as Moors in general, is to be sponsored by someone.
Moors can sponsor themselves if we have unity in direction.
We do have direction.
Mm-hmm. We need unity.
Wait, do we have direction though?
Not one. Not yet. That would be having an established government.
You know what? You know what I've seen? Too many federal governments around.
Yeah.
Too many Moorish federal governments and Moorish empires and Moorish republics. I'm like, how is it that we jump straight to federal government and we jump straight to empire and don't have one town?
Yeah.
How does that make sense? Don't have one state.
That's yep.
The prophet didn't even call himself sultan or nothing. How does Moors call himself sultan out here? Yeah. Literally sultan. Yeah. I can show you right now.
No. Don't hurt him.
What are you a sultan of?
Yeah. King.
King of what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's one of the things that I really desire to complete here. Because if we had at least this Moorish town here, mm-hmm. then we can start working. And then if other people establish Moorish towns, then we can start communicating with each other. And then we can all come together and agree on speaking from our territories.
Well, the way I see it is, we've seen how us doing this, other Moors have copied what we're doing, mm-hmm. which is good. Mm-hmm. So when we get the Moorish town up and running, when the people start participating, because mm-hmm. honestly, the only reason why the democracy system, the de facto system still exists is because people still believe in it. Mm-hmm. So people still give their energy to it. Mm-hmm. So all the people have to do is give their energy to their own de jure government. Mm-hmm. And that's what changes it. Mm-hmm. So once we do that here, which is not on any one person or one group of people, it's literally on all of us. Once we do it here, then other areas will see it because we already go live all the time. Mm-hmm. And they'll know how to structure it. They'll know how to do it in their area. Mm-hmm. If not, just move on down. Mm-hmm. On down here. It's not complicated. Mm-hmm. Very simple. Like if Moors want to do name corrections, if we had a town here, we would have our own records, our mm-hmm. own registrar. So you would record it with a Moor, not with some European. Mm-hmm. So then you get our notaries, our file numbers,
our own recorder of deeds.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which is a registrar. Mm-hmm. That's what I want to know how to do. It's all predicated on your Joe Society. Your Joe Society is literally just the people. But in order to get positions filled like a registrar, mm-hmm. Moors would have to be competent.
Yeah.
That's why Noble Ali said, from our Sunday schools comes the leaders of the nation. Mm-hmm. From the schools, who's number one? Mm-hmm. Then comes the people who know how to do things. That's why also one of his texts that are out there, he says, basically he believes that, with the people more wisely prepared will be better off, basically. I'm paraphrasing, he didn't say that exactly, mm-hmm. but he said basically with the people more wisely prepared, there'll be a better administration of government. That's mm-hmm. because he was teaching people. Mm-hmm. So he was teaching them, like, this is what it is. Mm-hmm. So now that you all know what it is, we'll be better off as a people in the right direction, because now you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just we have to know first. So if we don't really understand the importance of a Moorish town, then saying Moorish town, people won't get it. They just hear it and be like, what does that mean? They don't. When people think Moorish town, they don't think our own Moorish mayor, mm-hmm. which is just a bay or grand chief, whatever. Our own municipal police, mm-hmm. which would be the Mufti force. Our own school district. Mm-hmm. Our own city council or town council, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. Our own, people, what are they called? Garbage people. Mm-hmm. Our own laundromats. Mm-hmm. Our own markets. Our own grocery store.
Are you gonna?
Hold on, listen. Stop. Our own production factories. Our own dry cleaners. Our own seamstresses.
Oh my god.
Our own shoemakers. If Moors make shoes,
Do you want to talk about the topic?
the limit does not exist within us. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a Moorish town is.
Mm-hmm.
Then, I want some Moorish vegetables. I'm not gonna spend my fiat on Europeans. I'm gonna give it to them more.
Mm-hmm.
Now we keep our currency within our nation,
Mm-hmm.
which is what every other nation of people does here on our land, except for us.
Yep. Yep. Every other nation is always clustered together on our land.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we do this?
Because they know nationhood. But we're also clustered too. It's just we're in the projects. But then we're in the projects, we think that we're black, and we think that we're Hispanic, and we think that we're Latinos, and then we think that we're divided.
Mm-hmm. So it's not conscious Moors.
Yeah, it's just
together.
Yeah.
It's not active Moors together, and that's what we really need to be the example for the people that are misidentified.
Mm-hmm. Active Moors in the same area.
Mm-hmm.
Actually on the same thought pattern. Because you could just have active Moors with their own agenda, and then they're trying to go in different ways.
Yeah, but if you have Moors in the same area having community meetings and staying on the same page, or at least communicating.
Town hall meetings.
Yep. That is powerful. And that is going to be an example for anyone who misclassifies himself. Mm-hmm. They're going to want to get with it. That's what we need.
So,
that was spread like wildfire.
In an article that the Prophet wrote, I'm not sure if he wrote it actually, but in this basically group of documents from the Chicago Defender and the Moorish guy dealing with the Moorish Temple of America and Prophet Noble Ali, which some articles were written by him, some messages were written by him. It talks about voting and how certain people won't vote in a system where they don't see any immediate return. Mm-hmm. That's part of the reason why our people are stuck in the situation that we're in.
Instant gratification.
We're not used to long-term investment, doing all these videos and writing all these books and doing all these things. This is all long-term investment. Mm-hmm. When I wrote this book, I printed 100 copies before I did that video.
I know.
But I had the mindset of, I'm selling these books.
And that's exactly what you told me. I was like, man. When I seen all those boxes, I was like, you wrote this many books? Yep. And I was like, how are you going to sell them? And you're like, I don't know, but I'm going to sell them. Mm-hmm. I was like, how are you going to make your money back?
That's having faith in myself, not in anything else, Yep. Faith in me. Mm-hmm. I don't know how I'm doing it, but I bought 100 of these books, and I'm selling them.
Oh, man.
And what happened? Mm-hmm. One 200 copy of these or whatever.
Isn't that crazy how that works?
No.
That even this camera got the G on it, and I was just like, I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I'm going to use it.
But that's an example of long-term investment. Mm-hmm. We understand that.
Yeah.
Our people need to understand that.
You know what? These European children are raised with that thought in their head.
Long-term investment?
Long-term investment, and not just long-term investment, patience for things that are going to come and faith that they're going to come, and making smarter decisions like that. It's a norm to them, and it's been bred out of us.
President Moore's t-shirts are available. They're on the website. Oh yeah, so just for the new people that came on in, we are going to be at the House of R.A.M. December 7th, 602 Vandiver Avenue, Wilmington, Delaware, 19802, 6:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. We'll be doing a class. Dr. Naila, when they sent us the message yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, they asked us to do.
Yeah, they asked you to do.
Well, us, same thing. They asked us to do a class, and we said yes.
All right, Pope.
But anyway, so now we're talking about how our people need to understand what a long-term investment is, long-term investing is, how. All right, so I can bring this up so many times. How when the Moore got his door kicked in by the municipal police, and he was trying to get the city council to reimburse him for it because the municipal police work for the municipality known as the city of Pawtucket. So the Pawtucket police, their boss is the mayor, and they have to answer to the legislator, which is the city council. They make the laws for the city. So since their agents, the police, broke down this Moore's door, they're responsible for reimbursing the Moore because that's their responsibility. That's their liability.
Yeah.
So when I first started learning this stuff, I didn't think of that exact situation. I just knew that this stuff is so important that I need to know it. Right? Yeah. And it helped in that situation. That's a long-term investment. Yeah. I studied all of this to be able to be in that one situation where I'm at this table full of Europeans for this Moore. That's a long-term investment. I didn't get paid. I didn't get paid none of that. But like the Quran says, the glory of the king is the welfare of his people. That Moore got reimbursed for that door. That's more important than getting paid to be in whatever for anything. That's justice.
That's like if you think to yourself, what have I done for my grandchildren, my unborn grandchildren lately? When I think about that, I'm like, I better read something. I better read something. I better get to studying. If you think long term like that and keep that in mind, you're not just working for your children, you're working for your children's children. That's how long term investment some of these things
That's all it is. Now my children don't have to buy any of these.
And then that puts them in a better position mentally for your grandchildren.
And they just pick up the torch.
Or you even changing the way you think of things will help your children grow up in a different environment, and in turn your grandchildren will benefit from that. So 2 generations later, it's gonna be a whole different family.
A different group of Moors. So again, for the new people just tuning in, we will be at the House of R.A.M. December 7th, 602 Vandiver Avenue, Wilmington, Delaware, 19802. Be there and stand on your square. I would like for the class to be more of a town hall meeting. That's how I would love it to be. Yeah. Where the Moors come in, they like an open discussion. Yeah. About diversity, where the Moors can bring in either their testimonies, proof that they got things dismissed, or proof that they got things to work, or whatever, proof that whatever, just proof of anything. Yeah. Just to inspire other Moors and share their own personal journey, because also in the Quran, it talks about how everyone has their own measure of wisdom, so everyone has something to say, everyone has something to teach. So if we can bring that type of vibe to the House of R.A.M., that would be beautiful.
Somebody asked if we're live streaming the class. We'll have to talk to the House of R.A.M.
Yeah. Oh, so the House of R.A.M. will be live streaming on the House of R.A.M. on Facebook. They have a Facebook thing. The House of R.A.M. lines on Facebook.
Moorish Library starter kit.
Yeah. Yep, I was actually just on Amazon looking at my orders. I was going to the first thing I ordered.
Thank you, Basil. Somebody asked, is that how you pronounce that? Somebody asked where you can get the book.
My book?
Yep, Rise
of the Power. Great, yeah. So yeah, I think one of the first books I got was this one.
Honestly, Moorish Library Starter Kit is your first 2 books.
True. Because I put a lot of these books in my 2 books.
Yep.
Because these books are pretty expensive. This right now on Amazon is $129.
Oh my!
I have a $130 asset right now.
And that's gaining value.
Yep.
The book is gaining value.
Yep. All of these books are gaining value.
What have you done for your grandchildren?
This book right here on anatomy, 16 cents on Amazon.
Mm.
On anatomy.
Wow.
Anatomy, your body.
I have an anatomy and physiology book.
Look at that. Fire.
That's it's literally was $1.50 when I got it.
And then it has this clear stuff that tells you what everything is. How? 16 cents.
Mm.
So now you don't got to worry about no Europeans telling your children
that's
about.
That's not a good page to
Why
start.
not? Anatomy. So now you don't worry about no Europeans telling your children about their organs.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell them, and if you don't know, get this book.
You picked the best pages.
Hey, this happened. Look at that. 16 notes. I mean, 16 cents. What?
Top right corner. Top right corner.
The eyeball?
Oh, is this the eyeball?
Yeah, it's an eyeball.
Listen. PG. This is a family channel.
Look at that. Anyway. Books on books on books. This is my grandfather's book. He gave it to me. Well, he said I could borrow it.
He just didn't know he wasn't getting it back.
Yeah. So is this one. Well, yeah. I'm excited. I hope all 41 of you can make it.
Scrolling deep.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I really hope that anybody that's able to make the trip can do it. Was it 100? It's about 100 USD.
What, for rental?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a day. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's what we do. We go and come back. 5-hour ride there. We do the class. 5-hour ride back. Mm-hmm. And then
we do class on Saturday.
Yeah, a couple hours of sleep. And then we do class. We wake right up, do class.
We can do it. You can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm super. Oh, check out this old book. I won't say how we got it.
Somebody said Golden Age of the Moors is the absolute killer. Oh, we can't speak of this book. This is the.
Oh, you gotta be careful.
This is no, literally, it's falling apart.
Oh.
This is the mystery book. If you touch your hands after, you can see the skin of the book is moving away. Is coming away on your hands.
I don't even want to turn these pages.
Yeah, your fingers are gonna come back with the pages. We can't speak on this book. Put it back. Put it back in the vault.
Oh man. Top secret. Yeah, that's it. We just want to let y'all know we'll be at the House of R.A.M. December 7th, 6:30 to 10:30 p.m. Standard Eastern Time, Wilmington, Delaware, 602 Vandever Ave, 19802.
Be there, be square.
Support. I would love to see all of the people there.
You know what this is? What? For the people that do attend class online, and especially in person, it's an investment in yourself. Mm-hmm. Because you're going to gain skills by taking classes. That's why people take seminars. They pay hundreds and thousands of dollars to take seminars because it's an investment in yourself to gain skills. And from those skills, you have leverage. So that's how you make more money.
So with the class, right, they asked me for a topic. I gave them a topic. Mm-hmm. I will literally talk about whatever the people want. Because that's what's important. Mm-hmm. Getting the people to understand whatever it is that they need to understand. Because then once that's done, I mean, that's never really done, but the closer we get to people getting proper understanding of just things in general, the closer we get to our free national government as a people. Mm-hmm. Once the people get it, people get it.
Mm-hmm. Once people understand the importance.
Mm-hmm. That long-term investment. If you want to contract with us, you have to send us an email with the subject independent contractor and then talk about what you're offering. Mm-hmm.
And then the question that you're asking will be specified in the contract, or at the time you read the contract, we will be able to negotiate.
Oh, so if you were to attend the lecture that we're doing at the House of R.A.M, what would you want us to talk about? Put it in the comments. Like I said, I'm willing to talk about whatever. I just want to see what
tu gente want.
Yeah, mi gente. Let's see. Still waiting. Trust. What about trust? Because I've done 2 classes on it. I wrote basically 2 books on it. How to create a trust. I've done a video on that for free, and 2 lectures that you can purchase, and a book, and 1 lecture comes with the book, basically. How did a timeline? Oh, you did a timeline lecture back in the day. I would love to see another one.
The history timeline?
Yeah. That was a long lecture.
That was 2 lectures long. And if you watch,
it took me a long time to put that
together. If you watch closely, there's more sleeping in that class. If you zoom in enough.
2020 census, South American, more, how we can reach our connect with them. Well, governments talk through counselors. That's how we would do it. That's how nations talk to nations. Symbolography and its value. Symbolography. That's very general. Wave the flag around. That's not. Banking. What about banking? Yeah, just well, if you're on our channel, yeah, go on our channel. It's an older video. Also, you go to riseandmore.org. We have books on it. They're cheap. Don't think we're trying to charge you $1,000 for no status correction. Oh man, we're not dumb. So what else? What else would you want us to talk about? Banking. What about banking? The system's broken. Period. What?
For a good video for banking is the trust video.
A good video for banking.
Trust Law 102.
True.
Trust Law 102 was the bank. What's this?
So if you want to know about banking, you can come in. If you want to know about banking, literally look up on what is it, commerce.gov? HR 5404. Then look up on United States Code administrative offset. Look up the definition of discharge, and look up UCC 3-604 and UCC 3-603. Also look up the definition of equity, and you'll see that all basically treasurers, right? For like the treasurer of Rhode Island, you know how the prophet said they owe us in compounding interest?
Yeah.
Basically, what the treasurer is supposed to be doing is giving us all the Moore's voucher cards. And they're supposed to be doing administrative offsets to discharge any debt. That's banking. I'm not going to go any more into that. I talk about that in my book. My second book, Moorish Dominions, actually. I talk about administrative offsets. I talk about discharging debt. I talk about voucher cards. I talk about that. That is a form of reparations.
Mm-hmm.
And I go in about I go in on the United Nations Declaration on what reparations is. It's basically like 5 types of reparations. The most common one that everyone thinks is them giving us something.
Yeah.
A written apology in public display of that apology, that's considered reparations.
Because that can correct a lot of things.
Promise not to do it again is another form of reparations.
But they would have to put that in writing. So public apology.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna expose it all. If you want to know more about that, you can get my second book, Moorish Dominions. I go in on that. That's the gem that people don't know about. That's in that book. You can come in. Come.
You want to mute it for a minute? Yeah. Okay.
A plan on Moors unifying, coming up with some type of system so we can move as one. So here's the thing with that. If the Moors are going to come up with a system, the Moors have to do it. That's what a republic is. Everyone within that body politic, that jural society, that temple, the people, the public, everyone within that society votes who's going to be doing what. So it's not the problem has been Moors have been trying to create that system and putting themselves in a position. We have to stop doing that. That's why there's like 3 separate Moorish federal governments and no one knows which one's the real one. Because no one's voting.
All those positions and need for that will come naturally once we start coming together and living together. Yeah.
It's just people have to literally have faith in themselves, not in someone else. Just like we talked about, I bought 100 of these books of my own book. Like I don't know how I'm selling it, but sold them. If we don't say, all right, we're gonna start this Moorish town, we don't know how, but we're gonna be there, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, you gotta have
because it's forced to happen. There's gonna be so many people investing in this one thing that they themselves are gonna make sure this gets done.
Yep. You have to have faith.
I would love a Moorish American atlas for all the Moors. What do you mean? Go talk to your mom. She's a Moor. Go talk to your dad. He's a Moor. Go talk to your aunt, uncle. They're Moors.
I was reading something in the Quran about was it the Quran? If you're true, then you're always gonna be supported by God.
Allah, yeah.
If you're I think it's like God. Yeah, it's the same thing. And then people that are like being devious and not on a righteous path, they're gonna
affecting themselves.
Yeah, they're gonna fail anyway because God's not gonna support them. It's literally in my car. I left it on my bitch.
I wrote in my second book that maybe it's my third one. Can't remember. I was kind of doing both at the same time at one point. But it talks about how like self isn't enough. Once you save yourself, that's not enough. Because you need other people who save themselves to be around you so you can collectively do something. But I think people get confused when they see in the Quran that the Savior is self, and then you think you're good now.
No.
Nah, you're actually not good now. You're not done.
Well, I interpreted that as 1, saving yourself, and then 2, the Savior, like
collectively save yourselves.
Not even you individually can contributing to the collective is saving, because if we need society fixed so that each of us can live a decent life, then how can we help other than contributing? That means, I'm helping this situation. I'm gonna save myself.
That means we need literally a lot of things can get fixed if we had a Moorish community in one spot. And I'm not talking about how they were doing it at like the National Black Theater, where they'll host events and then people show up. I'm talking about
living together.
Yes, like
in the same neighborhood.
Yes.
Within 30 minutes of each other, at least.
Noble Drew had 3,000 Moors in Chicago. That's what the newspapers say at the time. 3,000 Moors in Chicago, not in total. Only just in Chicago.
Yeah.
And then the newspapers also said they had their own markets. They had 2 markets, a laundromat, and I think a grocery store. And then they had something similar in Detroit. But that's because those Moors had a Moorish town. And they were respecting government, law, order. They weren't just saying, well, those Moors think they're agents. Like, well, come on.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Just because.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. These Europeans don't care who's dirty and who's not. The bottom line is Europeans are doing it.
Oh, you're European?
So we're going to
we'll do
support it.
You.
Yep.
Yep.
You don't have to love the person. You don't have to like them. Understand that they're a Moor and they're trying to help their people in the best way that they see fit. So as long as they're not out here stealing from their own and lying to their own, then, you know.
I mean, we're just dealing with so many things as a people, and a lot of it is miseducation, and then the other half, maybe not half. Another problem we have is just people being attention seekers, jealous for I don't know what. They want to be first in everything, and they don't know how to commit to things. But that's not everyone, because there are few individuals just scattered all over the country that genuinely want to be involved in this movement.
We've met some really good people.
Religion plays a huge role. Yes, religion is very important. There's no separation between church and state. Religion plays a huge role to slow our progress down. Now, dogma plays a huge role in slowing down our progress. Religion is our salvation. It's just you have to understand what religion is. Just because you call it Islam or you call it Christianity or you call it Judaism, that doesn't mean you know what religion is. Just because you say you're spiritual, that doesn't mean you know what religion is.
You know what? When I started to understand religion, when I started reading the Quran, it helps you mentally develop. And that doesn't necessarily mean you immediately agree with everything. It's just a read.
Can I interrupt or interject? You weren't just reading the Quran and the Quran only.
No.
You were studying other things. You got other concepts dealing with jurisprudence, civics, and science. Then with that mindset, you read the Quran. You didn't just read the Quran.
Yeah, because I tried to just read the Quran, but I wasn't ready until I developed all those other areas a little more. And now I enjoy reading the Quran. With before I didn't want to read it.
I did a post on Facebook about how this talks about adverse possession, quit claim, contract law, trustees, discharging debt, and someone commented, "I didn't know all of this was in the Quran."
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
And
how
some
much is in
people
there.
will miss it if they don't know civics, if they don't know what adverse possession is, if they don't know what reversion is, if they don't know what a quit claim is, you'll miss it.
You need some type of base knowledge to catch it.
Yeah. Well, not even base knowledge, just
no, because a lot of it is said right out.
True.
Right plain. Like a lot of the times I'm reading it and I'm like, this is some real homie advice in here.
Yeah.
Like about what type of people to be around, like what type of people to look out for. There's some really good advice in there.
Someone said how to handle quit claim is what I need to know. That's my next step. So this is what a quit claim is. You got a European, right, claiming this house. Right? You're a Moor. You found out about your nationality and birthright. You write this European a letter, quit your claim because you're European, right? You send him a letter or her, they get that letter, they're supposed to immediately release their claim. The problem is the democracy is a mobocracy. What is a mobocracy, Jamal? A mobocracy is the mob and the ruling class. What's a mob? A mob is a gang, a criminal organization. Now, do criminals honor law?
No. Only when it suits them.
Only when it suits them, right? Mm-hmm. So what would persuade a number of people to honor something?
Another number of people.
Another number of people. Forcing them to honor it. So when Noble Drew Ali was in Chicago, do you think Noble Drew Ali was able to get things done just because it was just him? Or do you think he was able to get things done because he had 2,999 other Moors backing him? Mm-hmm. Which one sounds more realistic? Yeah. He did it by himself? Or he had 2,999 other Moors in that city alone saying, he's our leader. We support him. Which one made more sense?
It makes more sense that we stop waiting for somebody to walk on water.
Yeah. So, innately, what I'm telling you with the quit claim deed is if you're going to claim something, you need to be able to substantiate that claim. So if I say this is my fez and you say no, it's mine, someone's going to have to grab that. Who's going to grab it first? Who's stronger? Who has more people? What if you bring 3 other people in here with you to grab this fez? Then what? Who's going to win? Let's just be honest.
Yeah, a lot of times you gotta assess
the
future,
situation.
Yeah, assess future damage. Is it really a better decision for you to do that? Do you have enough people? Are you unified enough?
You know what you're talking about? You're being very specific. The principle is caveat emptor. Mm-hmm. The people don't. I'm not saying this individual. Some people can't handle that. Mm-hmm. They don't want caveat emptor. I want to quit claim this mansion, and if it doesn't work, I want to blame you. Mm-hmm. That's what they want. And I'm not saying that's what this person wants, but we've seen these people.
This is for people that might have the same question because
someone said, "Dang, y'all holding class late." We really didn't mean for this to be class, but once she turns the camera on, she don't stop.
Oh yeah, my fault.
Also, feel free to not watch it right now. We're gonna post it so you can watch it.
Well, it's live, so
I know. So I'm saying it's gonna be posted. But anyway.
Good morning.
So yeah, think about that. Think about, should I claim this mansion by myself? It's not a mansion, but think about it in general. Should I claim this whatever plot of land, car, apartment, house, whatever, by myself, or should I claim a town with other Moors? Mm-hmm. Which one makes more sense? Again, what makes more sense? Did Noble Drew Ali get more progress done with just him, or with him and 2,999 other Moors backing what he was saying? Mm-hmm. And that's not even including the 15 other temples that he had. That's just in one city. 3,000 people saying, basically 3,000 people with one voice saying the same one thing. What's more powerful than that?
Can't be stopped.
And then tell me something and then slap yourself. Because you're wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, the number of men behind him intimidated. Yes, it's intimidation without using any violence. Mm-hmm. That's how powerful love is.
Yeah.
We love each other so much that I'm sticking by you no matter what. Mm-hmm. I'm sticking by you no matter what. So I don't care how many policy enforcers try to come inside this Moorish town. We ain't yielding to crap.
And don't that scare somebody?
5 Moors going to City Hall demanding that they reimburse this Moor for his door being broken, intimidating them. They had a stack of folders they had to deal with. They see Pheasant and they was like, "Oh, you for this issue? Yeah, we'll deal with that first." Why are you all scared now? I thought you was the white man and you was killing blacks and you don't respect us, and how come you're folding when we're just sitting in the room with you at the same table as you? Mm-hmm. But our people never put themselves in that position, so we never see that. We never see how quick these Europeans fold when one more is in court and he turns one page. That's a real thing.
Bravery.
You think so?
What?
You think it takes all of that?
Yeah, you have to have faith that Allah got you. Because it says in the Quran, if you're righteous and you're doing the right thing, then He will protect you. Or Allah, the people will protect you. Because the people, we are all alive together. So your own people aren't going to let, society is not going to let anything happen to you if you're a righteous person. If you're doing good things with good intent.
That's what we hope
for. People can tell. People can tell. And if you're out for no good, it's going to come to light. And Allah, the people are not going to support you.
It's just the people have to be in the same area. Like, so this is what it was, right? We had the prophet right here, right? Prophet Noble Drew Ali leading the way as a divine constitutional monarch. Then he had all the other Moors backing him while he spearheaded everything, the tip of the spear. But for some reason, right now, what some of the Moors want to do is they want to target the person with the knowledge, right? And then they all want to drain that person. Instead of getting behind that person and us as a body forward with that person's lead. Instead, they just want to leech that person. And I'm not saying all Moors want to do that, but if we let our email loose to anyone and let them feel the energy of what's happening in our emails, they'll see this and not that.
Don't email us, man.
And we are helping people. It's just people need to realize we can't help everyone. It's literally impossible.
Demanding.
Like, I have 4 emails, Instagram and Facebook, and this is mostly what's happening, not this. Which means something's wrong.
Yeah.
Which to me, that means people aren't studying.
Well, it's unfortunate that we have to go through so many of those to help people that really need help. And yeah, because we've gotten emails, where do I buy a fez? And they want to draw up a conversation about where to get this.
I got an email, where do I get a flag? What do you mean? Have you Googled it? Have you made any attempt?
Yep.
To look for yourself?
Because whatever you're emailing me on, you can Google. Yeah. Where to get the flag from.
But again,
wait, no, the funniest one was the guy he wanted you to buy him a fez.
Oh yeah, there was a guy in Africa.
I'll wait.
Yeah, there was a guy in Africa. He was like, just buy me a fez and mail it to me in Africa. He's like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. I'll wait until you get enough money. I'll get it. I was like, what the heck? What's happening? Who are you? But besides all of that negative stuff, we really appreciate everyone supporting us. We really do. Oh, yeah. And it's always funny when like someone tries to say negative stuff about us, and then someone who like watches our channel and like supports us, they'll come in and say something in our defense. Yeah. Like, what are you talking about, person? Yeah. I always think that's funny.
We do appreciate it.
I love it. I think it's funny. I love it. Maybe their intentions were to find a more source. True. That's true.
But even then,
wasn't me though. Yeah. It probably was you.
Even then, though,
someone said, "Love your energy. Been watching you since the basement."
No, snap.
Literally started in the basement. That's beautiful. I appreciate that.
We're just watching the uncut version of that. Yeah. Was it yesterday?
She was making fun of me how like I was literally in the the suit, sweating. I'm so nervous.
That was funny.
Like there was a point in time in my head where I was like, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care.
You got so frustrated, so hot. You're like, let me just finish this.
Yeah, I did take after take. Like there was points and times where like I would go, and then for some reason, like I would mess up, get nervous, and I have to start all over again.
Like everything was supposed to be perfect.
Yeah, because it's a Virgo inside now. I wanted this to be as perfect as I can get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then I slowly started developing to just make this as authentic as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about being perfect. Make this genuine. And this is what
it isn't it better just to be yourself.
Yeah.
It's so much.
But I mean, trying to be perfect wasn't me not being myself.
No, that is yourself, but just relax and breathe and let what happens and forgive yourself.
You guys are inspirational. Love your new book and would need to purchase the one before. I appreciate that. There's a third one dropping soon. I don't know how soon though. I just want to release the Kraken and just drop it.
No. Hold on. Let them absorb this one.
I know. There's actually a lot. Can you hand me one, please? I think there's some in the box. I just want to go over my book real quick because I think it's dope. Not because I wrote it, just because the information is there. Oh, my knee's cracked. Oh, like this picture right here. I compare what the Prophet is wearing to my dress blues in the military. And then I show this Moorish picture with all the Moors basically wearing dress blues.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where do you think the Europeans got the uniforms from? Moors.
Hmm.
Lit, huh? You got it?
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's so beautiful. Let me go to that Operation Voucher. Back.
Operation Voucher?
Yeah. So, on page, don't worry, for the people who purchase the book, I'm not going to give stuff away for free. Because, fuck the book. On page 100, I go into the Moorish Committee on Reparations. Who would want to read about that, right? In this article, I talk about how the UN was telling Donald Trump that the United States owes reparations to quote-unquote African Americans. UN said that to Donald Trump. Then, let's see, the things that I was talking about the 5 forms of reparations. One is restitution, compensation, rehabilitation, satisfaction, and guarantees of non-repetition. So I'm just going to read those real quick. Restitution is measures which to serve to restore the victim to the original situation before the gross violations occurred. This can include restoration of liberty, enjoyment of human rights, identity, family life, and citizenship, return of one's place of residence, restoration of employment, and return of property. That's the whole 40 acres and a mule type thing that blacks keep talking about.
Beyond that.
Damages compensation is the second one. The provisions of compensation for any economically assembled damage as appropriate and proportional to the gravity of the violation and the circumstances of each case. Such damage includes physical or mental harm, lost opportunities, material damages and loss of earnings, moral damage, cost of legal, medical, psychological, and social services. Isn't this what so-called blacks want? They might want to get this book. Rehabilitation, medical, psychological, social services, and legal assistance. Satisfaction, various measures which include the cessation of human rights violations and abuses, truth-seeking, searches for the disappeared, recovery and reburial of remains, judicial and administrative sanctions, public apologies, commemoration, and memorialization. Guarantees, and this is the last one, guarantees of non-repetition. Reforms ensuring the prevention of future abuses, including civilian control of the military and security forces. Let me say it again. Civilian control of the military and security forces. Strengthening an independent judiciary. Council court. Protection of civil service and human rights workers. The overall promotion of human rights standards. And the establishment of mechanisms to prevent and monitor social conflict and conflict resolution. And so the one where it said public, what is it? Public apology. If you read the 111th Congress first session, blah, 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 Res 26, they do that. They already publicly apologized for it. So now it's up to us as a people to demand the rest, which I go into detail more in the book, which I'm not going to go over. Get the book.
Also, to be clear, we put a lot of free stuff on the website.
Facts. I'll talk about implementing a plan. In the book. Yeah, I wish I could just drop some heat right now. But yeah. So again, we will be at the House of Reawakening Minds, 602 Vandiver Avenue, Wilmington, Delaware, 19802, December 7th, 2018. Be there. Stand on that square.
What time?
6:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Is this frozen?
Nope.
It's frozen on mine.
Because your computer's not hashtag.
Let me see. Smallest room in the library.
Just ancient, like you.
Excuse me. What is that? To be restored back to if you have not been. Oh, just post limine. To be restored to a status or thing as if you've never been removed of that. That's called just post limine. I'll write it down. Well, someone asked. I could just type it, but I'm gonna write it on the.
You love that word.
Just post. L-I-M-I. Just post limine is Latin. You're welcome. Oh, I know about the army and that cap that they wear. But I noticed that a lot of people I introduced to the science seem to understand it clear when it's coming from Moabite women. Yep. Yeah. It's easier for men to listen to women when they're teaching them something.
I think it's easier to accept it.
Would you put a W-8-B-E-N form in with a federal job? You have the right to contract, so you can do whatever you want. Me, I'm good. I'm not trying to do anything with no European anything to get anything from them. So I do my best to stay away from doing business with Europeans. Unless they specifically take a position about supporting the Republic, then cool. I'll do business with you. If not, don't talk to me. You know what to talk about. But yeah, that's all we got for you. I mean, that's never all we got. You already know we
So we got to review.
Yeah. So please
Bring out the ADAP book. Okay.
Come guys, fall apart. Actually, I just kind of want to answer these questions. I'm just playing. Come to the House of R.A.M. December 7th, 602 Vandiver Ave, Wilmington, Delaware, 19802. Costs about 100 notes to get a rental. And you can GPS away there without going through any tolls. So all you do is pay for gas.
Actually, Hertz already has an easy pass.
Or just go through Hertz and get an easy pass, son.
There you go. You got AAA. That's a discount.
Or if you really bought it, and you wanna fight,
walk in.
No. You can take your own automobile, right, and just go through the tolls. Mm-hmm. Then, once the DOT sends you something in the mail and says you owe this, you can say, according to Article 4, Section 4 of the Articles of Confederation, it states that the free inhabitants of one state, the free inhabitants, don't say residents, free inhabitants of one state are allowed free ingress and regress into every other state. What does that mean?
You don't have to pay any tolls.
You don't have to pay crap. Because a toll is a tax, which only deals with commerce. So only trucks are supposed to be paying that, not you. But do whatever you want. Do I have one? I wonder if I have those toll things. Just real quick. Just want to check. She wants to end it on y'all. No, just to show people I'm not just talking out my mouth. I actually do this. It's because it's funny that they think that they're going to be anything. I think that's funny.
Not me. Not
yeah,
today.
This is it right here. The Easy Pass thing. The Department of Transportation. Easy Pass. Just so you know, I'm not just running my mouth here. This is it right here. The Easy Pass thing. The Department of Transportation. Easy Pass. Just so you know, I'm not just running my mouth here. You ain't getting nothing out of me.
Yeah.
You think it's a game? Look, they
got him.
I'm not paying you. Get out of here. Oh,
What is that?
Tolls?
Going through tolls. No, this is from 2016. I went to Delaware a few times. Yeah, just know we're about it out here. Ain't paying you nothing.
Look at my face. Nothing.
Oh, these are parking tickets. Parking tickets.
Let's talk about how many parking tickets you got.
I know. I got a bunch of parking tickets.
Hold on.
Just gets out her car like, this is mine.
These are all separate parking tickets.
Oh man.
That'll be fine.
Oh man. All certified mail. We ain't playing around here.
That's so funny. They just sent me another letter about my parking tickets. Man, I'll send you a letter back.
We're pen pals now.
I know.
You want to be friends?
Get the flick of the wrist going.
But yeah, take your private conveyance, go to them tolls, be like, what's cracking? Caveat emptor, don't do it because Jamal told you to do it. I mean, feel free to do so, but you won't take I'm straight. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. I can't wait to see each and every one of you at the House of R.A.M because I know you're gonna be there. I know you will. You want to add anything? Yes, you do. Yeah, say something. I know you want to. Why are you lying? You've been asking me all day. I want to be live.
Oh yeah.
Please.
What do you want to
I
add?
want you to keep writing things on the board.
All right.
No, please.
So.
This is how much you want.
No.
Question Article 4. What's a good book to learn about the Moorish Empire in America? A good book to learn about the Moorish Empire in America is this one. Africa, Moorish Dominions. You can get it on riseofthemoors.org. Literally talks about how Northwest America is Northwest Africa, which is the Moorish Empire. Then as an example, on this page right here, page 47, this image, it says the 17th century Dutch or German portrait of a Moorish king could just as easily be a portrait of an American ruler. But they say the word Indian, but we ain't Indians. Also in this book, it goes over how the seat of government, part of the Narragansett tribe of Moors or Confederacy of Moors, was in Mount Hope Bay, BEY. And it's quoted from this book, History of the State of Rhode Island and Providence Plantations, by Samuel Green Arnold, Volume 1, 1636 to the 1700s. They show you that the seat of power was Mount Hope Bay, BEY. And that's how they spell it in that book. In the William Hall Library in Cranston, right next to the Shriners Temple.
With all those streets named
Moorland, Alhambra Circle. Let's be serious. That's where you can get some history about the Moorish Empire in America. Am I coming to Hartford? Am I being booked to come to Hartford? If so, yes. But to my knowledge,
Time is it?
it is 12:45. All right, everyone. Have a good night. Sleep tight. Hopefully you don't have bed bugs so they're not biting. If you do have bed bugs, please call in some Moors to come to your house, give you all the Renaissance, and show you what alcohol is and soap and how to take a shower.
Thank you.
Peace.